One. It's going to take a leg. Mm-hmm. Water's boiling. Look at this. I'm all prepared.
Good.
I'm very prepared tonight. Very prepared.
Very happy you're prepared. Well,
Arm.
I see Bev was hoping that we'd be on tonight.
Oh, yes. Yes. Hoping. No.
All
Okay.
right.
Yes. So we are on tonight. Tonight. And 33 seconds already went by. Okay. There's the person. So we're good. So,
Um,
it should pop right up. Refresh. Yeah. Sorry, guys. It's there we are. And we are. Oh, we got to show comments for you. Shaboom.
all
And
right.
I don't see any comments. Hopefully, you can hear us. Guys, last time we had some audio issues when we did the Facebook Live on Wednesday, but that's because we were using Facebook. We're not using Facebook today. Oh, we're using another. So tell
Hi,
us if you can
Katie.
hear us. Tell us if you can hear us well. Tell if the audio sounds really good.
Hi, Patricia.
And tell us where you're from, because that's always
They
fun.
do. They already did.
They're already.
Patty
Look at
from
this.
California, and Patricia from Canada.
Yes, we're actually heading to California in just 2 weeks tomorrow.
And what? Where?
To the group, to our Getting Healthy group, which, yes, perfect. Bam, done. And post. Okay. Patricia can hear us. And okay, that's okay. We're good. Let's focus here. Let's focus. Okay, here we are. We are here. And we probably should. So I guys, I think, and I don't think this often, but I think this is going to be a very valuable time spent with us. I really do, because this is a big problem. We're going to talk about a couple things today, but before we do that, we should introduce ourselves. Good evening.
I'm Heather Kaufman.
And I'm Tim Kaufman, and together we have lost 290 pounds. But more importantly, we've regained our health. We live a healthy, happy, and very active life on a whole food, plant exclusive lifestyle.
Yes.
We come to you guys on Sunday nights because we know what happened to us is literally out there for anyone. We also know that if we can do it,
you can too.
Yes, there's no tricks. Some treats. I mean,
Yep.
dates, because I love dates. But there's no tricks. There's no magic pills. There's no magic potions. It's just eating whole, healthy food.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm kind of angry.
Oh, okay.
And I don't get angry often, and I don't like to attack people on Facebook, although that seems to be the latest trend.
Oh, no.
But have you ever seen this meme? And it's been around forever. It shows a picture of a French fry. Guys, tell us in the comments if you've ever seen this, because it is flying out of control. There's a picture of a French fries, or as they say, chips, I guess, in other places. And it's like 99 cents. And then they have a picture of a fruit cup, which doesn't even look like a good fruit cup. And it's like $5.99. And it said, the problem is with our system, or something to that effect. Has anyone ever seen that? Tell us in the comments if you've ever seen that. And I know people post it with a really good heart. Like, I know they do. I know, because I know, they make fast, ultra processed food cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason for that. One, the shelf life is insanely good. So there's less waste. So they can afford a smaller profit margin because there's not as waste. Actually, most of the produce you see in the store will end up in a landfill, which is awful. So I understand there is some economy that goes behind with cheap food.
Right.
But here's the problem. We tend to use it for an excuse. I can't eat healthy because it's too
expensive.
Yes, and that does not have to be the case. It could be the case.
Right.
I mean, if you want to go get all, top of the top, organic, pristine, everything, yeah.
And not shop around?
Yeah. And be lazy with shopping? Yeah. I get it. But listen, this meme, I think, just helps people say, yep, I'm out. I'll never be able to afford to eat healthfully. So what we want to do tonight is an experiment for two things. One, I want to show people that you can eat very inexpensively. I don't want to say cheap. I put cheap in the thing because it sounded better than inexpensive. You can eat very, very cost effective.
That's good.
Okay.
Like that.
And two things can happen. Two things. One, you can lose some weight. Two, you can get
healthy.
So
Actually, 3. You actually can save money.
100%. So, what we're gonna do, and this is kind of weird, because literally this is what we were gonna make tonight, anyways, whether you guys were with us or not. And I think it's a good thing to show you what Heather and I have been doing. In fact, I think we have one still in the fridge left. But we're gonna show you. I think this will be really, really super beneficial. So I should stop telling people how beneficial it's gonna be and actually get my butt to work.
Get crack-a-lackin'.
Yes. So I'm going to show you how to make, I don't even know what we're going to call this, but we're going to call this a really fast, easy, and cheap stir fry. That's
nutritious.
I was going to say that's full of nutrition, full of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, just everything. And on top of that, it's very low calorie and it's delicious, hearty, and we can meal prep it for the next 5 days.
Yes.
Here we go.
All right.
Wait, do you know what you're doing?
Yeah.
Double-headed arrow.
There you are.
Okay, so I have a lot to do. I have to go in steps so I don't get confused. We should turn the microphone and okay. So then people probably won't hear you unless you yell really good, but they'll hear me. All right. And maybe, well, in a bit, you can come around and help me. But here's what we're going to do. So first of all, I didn't know this. I bought this new pan, and this is a ceramic-coated pan, and I love it. And I just found out that it actually works on my plate here, and my induction plate, which is an added bonus. I did not plan on that. But I put the link here because so far, this has been the best nonstick ceramic-coated pan that I've purchased, and we love it so far. Now, to be fair, a lot of times as these age, they're not as nonstick, but we're going to give it a whirl. But I want to get stuff going here, and then I'll talk you through it as it's cooking because I want to give us enough time. So what I have is I went into the freezer, and Heather and I go to Aldi a lot, and we literally fill half, just the two of us, we fill half of a shopping cart up with these bags, okay, of steamable veggies, frozen veggies. Are these better than fresh? Yes. In a lot of cases, they are because they're picked fresh and flash frozen. So they're actually nutrients, instead of them picking them too soon and waiting them to get to the store, they're flash frozen on the spot. So a lot of times there's actually more nutrition in a frozen vegetable. But we have California medley. I just grabbed 3 random. We have some broccoli florets, and I have some peas. Peas are a little bit more calorie dense, but I love them because they give me a little bonus protein with my veggies. So what I'm going to do, I have these frozen vegetables. I'm not going to steam them in the microwave. Okay, I'm just going to give them a little cut here. I'm going to put them in my pan, and hopefully we don't scorch anything because I've never used this on the induction. But if we have to, we can put them on the stove quick. All right, so I'm going to take my 3 bags, and I'm putting them all in at the same time, okay? I could wait and put the broccoli in last. I'm not doing any of that. We're going to make this super easy, super cheap, and super healthy. And on top of it, it's going to be pretty low calorie. So there's my 3 frozen vegetables. I'm going to put about a half a cup of water in here, maybe a little bit more. And then I'm going to put this on high to really get it cooking fast. So I'm going to grab my water. Because as soon as these start melting, they will kind of make their own. So hopefully we'll get some water down here. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to put a lid on it. It's actually not the proper lid, but we're going to put a lid on it. And hopefully what's going to happen is these are going to thaw at the same time we're cooking them. We don't want to overcook these. We want to leave a little crunch. Well, this is starting to warm. I'm going to kind of be juggling around here. I have 2 cups of rice. Now, you could use cooked rice. We're using uncooked rice. I have about half jasmine and half basmati. And I just have 2 cups of rice. My pan is, I don't know, got probably 2 quarts of water in there. I'm going to cook this kind of like pasta. I know people are going to lose it, but I cook this like kind of like pasta, and then I'm going to rinse the starch off it to make it really nice and fluffy. So I'll get that going. This will not take too long to cook, by the way. The only thing that I really got to make sure I do is give this a stir so it doesn't stick together. Again, very similar to pasta. So I'll just give that a little stir. We'll get this going. Any questions? So tell us what your favorite kind of rice is. I have fallen in love with basmati. I do like brown rice as well, but basmati has just been, I've been eating a lot of basmati rice. I'm going to add a little bit more water to my pot here. So just enough so it boils over in front of everyone. And I have this up pretty high. I'm going to give it another stir, and then once it's warm and all the rice is separated, I won't have to really mess with it anymore. But I don't want it to stick together. And I know this is the improper way to cook rice. You can tell us about how awful I am in the comments, but we found this is the best way. And there's another advantage which I'll talk about in a minute. If you strain the rice and rinse it with cold water, it'll cool the rice down almost instantly. We're meal prepping. We're not going to be eating this tonight. So it's actually really beneficial to cool that rice down, because a lot of times you pack the rice in your containers, you put it in the fridge, it's warm for another hour. And you got to be careful because that's how your food will spoil. So by rinsing it under the cold water, you instantly cool the grain. It stops it from cooking. It keeps it nice and fluffy. And as a bonus, you can get it right in the fridge, and it'll keep for 5 days for us is what will happen there. So while this is going, I'm just going to make sure that the water's on the bottom. So we'll give this a little flip. You don't ever want to use metal in these things and scratch them up, because that's when I have issues with them. But okay, so there's water in the bottom of this, so we're good. I know nothing will stick to it. And I'm going to just let this go. Okay. While that's going, I have an onion. Do you have to use the onion? Absolutely not. I tend to mix fresh in with the frozen. You totally don't have to do this, but don't worry. We added the cost of the onion into this mix too. Wait till you guys see how much money this costs. In fact, try to guess how much money this entire dish costs. By the way, we're going to split it into 5 meals. So wait till you see how much this costs. It's going to blow your mind. We actually did the math. All right, so I'm going to take my onion. I could do this a couple ways. If I want to, I can cut right through the middle like this. If you just wanted to use half, this is kind of a big onion, so I could just use half of it. I'm going to go ahead and peel the top, actually. Can I? Without cutting myself? I don't want to cut myself. Should we use half or whole, Heather? Half? Okay. We'll save the other half. There, our cost just came down, but we won't know. So what I do, you've probably seen me do this before. When I cut my onion, I leave the root part on, and it acts like a second hand for me. So I'll take my knife. Can they see this? So I'll take my knife. What I can do is, if I want to slice these, I could slice them, or if I want to dice it, I could dice. What should we do? Dice or slice? We always dice. Let's slice. Okay, forget that. I'm going to take my fingers. I'm going to bend them like this. I'm going to use them as like a little fence, and I'm going to kind of make these kind of thin, and I'm just going to go right down the onion like this. These are going to be a little bit bigger. That's okay, because they'll go along great. When I get to here, I flip it down and I start over. Okay, so I have these nice, and these will cook down real nice for us. I'm gonna wait a little bit because I don't want these onions to overcook and turn into mush. Oh, we could do the other half of the onion, but we won't. We'll leave it. He wants to leave it. We'll leave it. Put it in. Let's go for it. I don't know. I love onions. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Feel like we gotta wait in. All right, I gotta watch my rice. We don't want things to get out of control here. Could have had this done earlier. Okay, I'm gonna do my other onion. Same way. I'm just taking my finger so I don't cut it right down. I get to about here where it gets a little unstable. I flip it down one and I just finish the rest like that. We should have a little close-up camera for them. All right, so here, this is actually a big pile of onions, but you can't go wrong with onion. I'm going to turn my rice down a little bit so that'll simmer. That's only going to take a couple more minutes. That's another thing I like about basmati. If you're in a hurry, it's super, super quick. Right. Okay. I didn't plan on any of this, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick out probably two spices. We'll do onion powder and pepper. Is that good? You could do garlic. You could do whatever you want. Put a little parsley in there. Whatever. Don't boil that over. No, not in this. That'd be weird. All right, so my frozen vegetables, um, they're actually thawed, and what I'm finding out is the induction plate is definitely not as fast as my stove is, but that's okay. That's okay. Again, I really don't want to overcook these vegetables. I can't stand mushy vegetables, and these are all going to be reheated too. So take that in mind, especially if you're meal prepping. You don't want to overcook your veggies. You want to, if anything, undercook them. Nothing bad's going to happen anyways. That's the beautiful thing about the way we eat with no animal products. We don't have to worry about if something's cooked through or not, except for black beans. All right, Heather, I'm going to get rid of these for them. Oh man, we're boiling over. Okay. Should I put my onions in or am I rushing it? I don't think I'm rushing it. Okay, I can actually feel these are starting to get heated through. And don't forget too, when you buy frozen veggies, um, they're already blanched in the wherever they make them. So they just blanch them and then quick freeze them. So they are cooked a little bit. What's up? I know. I'm just gonna go a couple more minutes. I should have probably done this on the stove. This is nice though because it's like a cooking show. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put my onions in. No, but yeah, it's I'm gonna put my onions in here. I got a lot of onions because Heather wanted a lot of onions. Just kidding. And then I gotta clean this up. So I'm gonna just kind of leave my onions on the top, steam them down a little bit. The onions will cook the fastest. That's why I put them in last. All right, so I should have you over here.
Why do you need to be concerned with how long you cook black beans?
Oh, because you can actually because black
Ready?
black beans can actually get you really sick if they're not cooked all the way through. Dr. Greger actually did a video on this. I forget what gets you sick, but if you don't cook them through, like if the bean is still hard and crunchy, you can actually your gut can get really sick from it. All right. I wish I had a camera, so my rice is just about done. I'm gonna let that go just for a couple more minutes. And then this should almost be done too. So what I'm going to do to make life easier, if you want to make this pretty, you could serve the rice and then the veggies on top of it. It would look a lot prettier. But we're not worried about how pretty stuff looks today. What we're worried about is how fast we can get it into our meal prep containers. So we're going to be mixing the whole thing together in a big mixing bowl, and it'll be easier. And maybe Heather will even help me get everything packed away for us, even though we got a giant mess here. So I'm going to give this another stir. My onions are cooking down. I There's part of me that wants to take this over and like put it on the big burner and just let her go. Let her go. Is that awful? Yeah, I don't know. Is that awful to do that? Little, yeah, something in there. I forgot what it was. Somebody that knows, let us know in the comments. What makes you sick if you don't cook black beans all the way through? Somebody got really sick on them that I saw speak, and it might have been Dr. Greger. I'm not sure. But okay, so what I'm gonna do now, my rice again, it's like pasta. I don't know if you can see it from over there, but it's basically just boiling the water. I don't have to taste it because I know exactly what it looks like when it's done, and I can tell you that this rice is almost done. In fact, I think what I'm gonna do is go.
These contain lectins, which are naturally occurring in plants, but the lectins in raw beans.
Yes.
Hey, nice to see your picture. She said she'd love to get the recipe.
Yeah, there's not really a recipe, and I think that's part of the.
She's just coming on now.
Okay, so we're going to walk you through this again. If you're just joining us, we'll walk you through it again. I'm going to get rid of this when it's not heated anymore. So what I did is I probably didn't have to do this.
Hi, Steve. He's checking in from the Adirondacks.
Nice. We love the Adirondacks. So I just moved on the burner. I don't know why. I'm not patient enough. And we're almost ready to go here. So at this point, my rice should be done. Yes. Okay. Has anyone yelled at me for cooking rice like pasta yet? They will. They will. So my rice literally looks like pasta. I'm going to drain it over here in the sink. I'm going to run some cold water on it. And I said that so we cool it down, we rinse the starch off. It'll be really nice and fluffy, and it'll be great. All right. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We don't need Jeopardy music. In fact, I'm going to get this out of here, and then we can use this to prep on. So I'm just rinsing my rice right now. I'm going to clean this off, and I'm going to go back here. Oh, now we're cooking, literally. All right.
It's a new thing, so much easier.
Yeah. Oh, this looks great. I know what I should have done while it was over here. So what I'm gonna do, I have this cooking. I'm gonna put a little bit of onion powder in here, a little bit of black pepper. You could do garlic. You could do whatever you want, really. And here we'll do garlic, pepper, and some onion powder. So if you use a lot of spices like we do, this may be your best bet to buy spices. They're probably, speaking of cheap and easy, they're probably 1/20th of the cost for real. And we use a lot of spices. So I'm going to put a little garlic powder in here, measuring it just to the T. I'm going to put a little pepper, make sure you open the right one, and just a little sprinkle of pepper. And then lastly, I'm going to put exactly 1 tablespoon of onion powder.
It looked like 2.
Exactly 1. And we'll cover that up and let all those flavors kind of mold together. And then, Heather, we still didn't wipe this down for ourselves. All right. Just move the mess over. That's how we clean.
You're not a good cleaner.
I know. I was waiting for you to hop in here with me. Okay. Then we could do this in a large mixing bowl like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my rice in here, which is now pretty cool. It's super fluffy. It looks delicious. And what I could do, because the rice is a little bit more bland, this is if you're going to use soy sauce or something like it, you might want to start with the rice first, because the rice is going to be a little starchy, a little bland, much less flavor than the vegetables. So I'm going to just give this a little coat of liquid aminos, or you could use soy sauce, tamari, or a lower sodium.
Yeah.
So I just think it'll turn out a little bit better if we just put a little splash, whoops, literally,
Just a
a
little
little
splash.
splash of liquid aminos in here, and then just toss the rice in there. Look how fluffy this is. The rice is beautiful when you do it this way. And the best part about it comes out the same every single time too. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is my veggies are definitely done. I'm just going to give these a stir right here. Now, if you guys weren't with us, I would take the veggies, I'd have another one of these bowls, and I would spread the veggies out to let them kind of get to room temperature as quick as I can. But we can't make you guys wait that long. So what we're going to do is put the veggies right in here. And what we'll do is we'll make up our packs, but we'll leave them open for a little bit before we see them, because we really want to get these as cool as we can before we put them in the fridge. So look at this. Guys, this is frozen vegetables. Look at these. It's beautiful. Am I getting too excited?
Frozen vegetables and 1 medium red onion.
And so there was a little bit of liquid in the bottom, and that's almost like a veggie stock at this point. And then if you want, you could just do another little splash. I'm not going to go nuts, but just a little splash, just to season the vegetables up. And now what I'm going to do is mix this all together. All right, kind of fold it around. And again, I wish the vegetables were a little bit cooler for us, but you can see all this is beautiful. In fact, I know you're itching to prep this. I know you're itching to prep this, but I gotta show them what this looks like.
I know.
I gotta
clean up your
show
spills here.
I gotta show them what this looks like. Do it on a nice. Because guys, you can't get any easier than this. You really can't. It's got everything. It's got all the colors. Ah man, it'll stick with you for a while. It's beautiful.
And it's so convenient when you get home. Come in, walk in.
Yeah, let me show them. Let me show them what that looks like. Look at that. It's a little steamy, but it's so light and fluffy, and it's lovely. I probably get too excited about this. So there's a couple things you could do here. You could sit and spoon it, right? Or you could get a nice 1 cup measuring cup. And I'm going to guess that about 2 cups fit in each one of these, because this is what we do almost every week. So to do these, I'm just going to take about that much. And I use my cup. And that's it. And so what's nice about this is once I have them like this is a lot of food, okay? And the cool thing about this, I feel like if I sit down and eat this, it hits the spot, but it doesn't do it all the way. So what I do is I'll get a bowl like this. I'll get a big handful of greens, plop them in there first. Then I put my hot stuff on top of it. Sometimes I'll even nuke it for 30 seconds to kind of wilt the greens down. And then I'm going to put fresh vegetables on it. A cucumber, tomato, sometimes you do salsa, taco season, whatever you like, add to it. Sometimes I do artichoke hearts. Sometimes I'll put some black beans with it. But once you have, we'll probably get, about 5 of these going?
So.
We'll probably even get more than 5, to be honest. And we're set. Like, we're set for a couple days. We don't even have to turn the stove on. Yeah, it's good stuff. It really is. I think I'm going to have way more than 5. You?
That was a big.
Let me see if I can make a mess here. You know I'm going to make a mess.
So don't.
You know I'm going to make a mess. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. These are pretty big.
Yeah, these are
We
big
could do one
portions.
even.
So we can get 6 meals out of this. I
Right.
just saw one. Here's another one.
Right.
Guys, we got 6 meals out of this. And so honestly, this is how boring we are.
So actually, it's went by 5, so it's actually less because we ended up making 6. Yes.
6 meals.
If you don't want to add anything to it, this is a great.
Deal with this.
This is great to take for a lunch at work.
Oh, 100% yes. And it smells delicious, doesn't it? Look at that. Dunzo.
Yeah.
6 meals. Maybe people want to know. I don't know. Maybe people want to know. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe people want to know, but just to give you an idea, this is a 1 pound meal. It's 1 pound meal. Okay? 1 pound.
And this is
Boom. 1 pound. That one's a little bit over a pound. This is about 15 and a half ounces. So these are 1 pound meals. So you got 6 pounds of food, but wait a minute. Wait, stay with us for 2 seconds here because I got to tell you guys this. Not only is this a good meal, you got a bunch of different colors of the rainbow in here. You got some fresh onion. It's really good. But let's flip the camera back and let's go over what exactly is in here, how much it costs, and how many calories it is. Double arrow on the top one. Yeah, we got to.
Mike said congratulations. Marcus said $14 for ingredients, question mark. I'm going to have to try and make rice that way. Looks great. Jerry, hello. Looks so good.
Yeah, basil, citrus, lemon, lime, cilantro. The sky's the limit with this. But this is a great base. Let us go over. Before we do that, listen. Before we do that, listen to here. This is what we did. In case you just joined us, we have 3 bags of frozen vegetables from Aldi. We had 1 red onion. We could have done a half an onion, but of course you wanted the whole thing.
I mean, you did.
We had 2 cups of dry rice. So before we got on, what we did is we calculated how many calories this whole thing has, which I wish we had a calculator because that's actually not true because we got 6.
Oh.
So we should be doing 18 divided by 6. It's going to be about 3. You want to do it quick?
Yep.
Okay, so we have the calorie count for this.
Divided
And
by
then
6.
more importantly, we have the
303.
price. Okay, write that down. So each one of those containers, according to our calculation, what we did is tally up the onion, the bags of vegetables, and the rice, come to a grand total of 1,821 calories divided by 6 servings. That's 303 calories. That's a lot of food for 300 calories. And just so you know, that's a heck of a lot more calories than that 99-cent fry they keep showing.
Right.
Okay, let's talk about cost. This is actually wrong too. But we can guess.
Okay.
We calculated 5 at well, we could do this. If you did do $1.50 divided by 5. Sorry. Yeah, just trust me. Trust me. $1.50 divided by 5. Okay, now do that times 6. What do we got? No, that went the other way. Well, okay. It's under $1.50 a serving. Yeah, and I teach engineering and aerospace, and I can't do simple math. Well, because we don't have any of the original numbers. But look this is what we know. When we figure it out at 5, it's $1.50. So I'm going to tell you it's about $1.20 a serving. So what do you think is more healthy? Those 99-cent fries or our $1.25-ish meal?
Hi, Lauren.
Then let me ask you this. What do you think is going to be more satisfying? Like those fries you see for 99, this is a very satisfying meal. So can you eat very reasonably priced, get healthy, and lose weight? What do you think the answer is?
Yes.
Absolutely. 100%.
Sorry, I was just trying to read that.
Yeah, so the bags actually are not 1 pound, and they keep doing that to us. They used to be a pound.
I think they were 12 ounces.
Yeah, then they went to 14 ounce, another 12-ounce bags. Now, here's the thing. You can, if you don't want to go through all this, but I would suggest doing this because we literally have 6 meals here. We could eat for 3 days off this, aside from breakfast and some fill-ins. Like, and we're lazy, we don't want to cook. Or like that's how we came up with the 5x5, literally the same thing. This does a couple things though. If your food is in your container, guess what? When it's gone, there's no going back to the stove to pick. You know, there's no pre-eating and post-eating. Like, this is what's in the bin. This is what you eat. If I could do this every day, I would get rid of my last 20 pounds. But you know what I have? And that's the next thing we're going to talk about. I have excusitis. And I'm self-diagnosed with excusitis. And I hope that I'm not alone in my excusitis. I hope that there's other people that can admit that they have excusitis too.
But wait, I want to just stop for 1 second. I just thought of this because Linda said I made with fresh zucchini. So many people have gardens right now. You can use the fresh, and it's probably even cheaper.
Yeah, or supplement it, right? Like use it. I think that's what we do mostly. Like we have zucchini sitting over there and some peppers I see. We supplement. We always supplement the fresh with the frozen. And this was a trick I learned at the restaurant. Because believe it or not, if you put some fresh peppers and onions into frozen veggies, it all tastes fresh. It really ramps them up. So you're right. And zucchini, man, that's been a very good zucchini here. They're everywhere. No.
Excusitis. So keep going.
No, that's so okay. So excusitis. I want to talk about excusitis. This is a word I made up for my high school students. They always have excusitis, but I have excusitis too. And I'm going to tell you, and I don't know if you're going to agree with me or not, but whatever, we'll see. So I've had excusitis for about the past 51 years, really. And I'll tell you why. Like, I always have that next thing. There's always that thing that's standing in my way. I was talking to, we had a great meetup yesterday, and we were talking. And, you know, one of the things that we talked about was this idea of this one thing that's always in the way. And for me, it was the restaurant. You know, because there were cashews everywhere and all this food. It was whole food, but we didn't eat a whole lot of pasta. And then before you know it, we're making, 50 pounds of pasta at a time. So the reason why I couldn't get my last weight off was the restaurant. Then the restaurant disappeared. And then it was, I'm just being real. She won't watch this, so don't worry about it. My daughter lived at home until, 2 months ago.
Yes.
And my daughter would bring junk food home that was vegan. So tortilla chips, potato chips, this kind of thing that I know I shouldn't be having, but they're in the cupboard. So then instead of the restaurant, it's my daughter. It's my daughter's fault. That's my excuse. But now Carolyn's been gone for 2 months, and the cupboard literally has dry oats in it. Dry oats. That's the snack. Perfect. We do not have any junk food in the house at all.
If it's not in the house,
it's not in our mouth. But then Iron Man comes up. And well, I'm burning a lot of calories while I'm training. So guess what? I got to replace those calories. So for me, there's always that thing that's in front of me that's the reason why I'm not watching what I'm eating. But I have to get over that.
I think we all have excusitis, and
to some extreme.
Yeah. And we just gotta get rid of some of that excusitis.
We gotta smash our excuses.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So let us know if you can smash some of your excuses this next week.
And I have to get out of my own way. I know what to do. And I overeat. I overeat. And I overeat on good food, and there's still calories in good food. And at the end of the day, if you eat more calories than you burn, you're going to gain weight. And if you eat the same calories that you burn, you're going to stay at the same weight. It's, that's the key to this whole thing. And then calorie density comes into play. Well, I can eat more volume. Food like this is perfect. It's perfect. And I'm looking at that and like, do you realize, like, just think about this, guys. There's 1,800 calories in all 6 of those meals. You literally, for me, I could eat all of them in one day and lose weight because I know what it takes for me to lose. I could eat every 2 hours. I could eat one of those and then go to bed, and I would lose weight. But I'm a snacker.
I like that one. I'm a snacker. All right.
Yes.
Doreen, great. And hi, Jim and Linda and Lauren. Also, someone just asked something about, did we do kale chips dehydrated? We could.
Yes.
Have we done that before?
We haven't, but we have a really good recipe for it.
We could maybe do that one of these days.
It would mean that we bring some cashews home, but that's the best ones I've ever had. And they're Dr. Clapper's favorite too, I found out. At Steve and Sue's house. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, I think there's other things we could use sunflower seeds. But yes. So thank you for all the congratulations. Thank you for all the notes and messages and emails. It's been great. And it was a good journey. And I'm gonna write about it, I promise, and I'll post it somewhere and add it to my book.
And maybe this week I will, and you can. We'll find one thing that we use as an excuse. Just change one excusitis this week. That. And then next week when we come on, you can say what yours was, and then I'll say what mine was.
Like that. All right. One excuse at a time, one step at a time. Right. And guys, honestly, that's the way to do this sustainably, is whatever you change, make sure you can hang on to it. You know, you can't water fast the rest of your life. So I'm gonna have Heather actually switch the camera here in a second. But before we do that, I'm just gonna go over what we did. We took 3 bags of frozen veggies, any veggies you want, really. What we used is some peas. We used a California mix, which is nice because it has carrot, cauliflower, and broccoli. And then I used another broccoli florets. I didn't steam it. I did, but I didn't use the microwave. Even though they're microwave bags, I put them in a big pan, a nonstick pan with a little water, steamed them till they thawed out, kind of cooked them lightly with a fresh onion. And that all went into a big bowl with we cooked 2 uncooked cups of rice. We rinsed it off and put it on the big bowl. And I can tell you, this has already cooled down. And we have our meals for the next 3 days. And we have no excuses. Yes, this is how you get rid of excusitis.
You can post a picture of putting on your greens, and I'll post mine with whatever I decide to do.
Yeah, and we'll jazz them up. If you're used to seeing my pictures of my bowls, this is usually where they come from. I always start with a big handful of greens, and I love jalapenos, and I'll probably put a little protein with them. If it might be a little tofu, it might be a little lentil or black beans. And I prep black beans frozen the same kind of way. So there you go. I'm gonna switch the camera around. And
she made soup to prep. Yes.
Hold on, before you do that, let me get this out.
Okay.
And then you're gonna get right there to turn it back to, okay?
Okay.
All right, so let's go.
Sure.
Double-headed.
There you are. Yep.
All right, so I'm going to pan down like it's a drone shot. Dun, 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 dun. Guys, listen. That is 6 beautiful meals. Flip it.
What was it? 1 pound meals?
6 1-pound meals that are 303 calories and cost about $1.25 each. Yep. Therefore, we can eat healthfully, we can lose weight, and we can do it cheap and easy.
Yep.
It's fast food, really.
And you won't have a gross taste in your mouth from the grease.
Yeah. No one will. Those French fries. Those French fries are nasty anyways. So there you go. We hope you guys have a fantastic week. And please don't forget. Oh, wait, before we do that, if you think this will help someone, I really think, like, I'm kind of proud of this, that we did all the math and stuff. So if you think this will help someone, give it a share. if you think we're just silly, give it a share for entertainment, because Facebook should be funny. Really. Yeah.
Living fun. No hate.
No hate.
Yeah.
And no more excusitis.
Right.
Until next time, guys.
Eat plants.
Move your body.
All you got to do is yesterday.